Hello, friends, and welcome to episode 81 of Revisiting Sunnydale. I'm Camila.
I'm Marcella.
As we said, welcome.
Yes. Hi.
Hello. Yeah, you know why we're here. You know what we're going to do. There's going to be spoilers. If you haven't done so already, please like the Facebook page, Revisiting Sunnydale. You can also follow us on Twitter at Back to Sunnydale. You can also talk to us those ways as well. Mm-hmm. And please rate and review and subscribe to the show on several different platforms that you're
So
available
many.
to. iTunes, Libsyn, iHeartRadio, and Player FM.
No excuse.
No.
None.
Get in there.
Yep.
Get in there. I want to see that you have subscribed. We want you to be part of the family, as always. So, today's Where Are They Now? Let's talk about Nicholas Brendan.
Yeah, we have a Xander-centric episode, so
Yeah.
how about we have a Xander-centric Where Are They Now?
Exactly. Basically, he's probably in your town right now.
Probably. I'm going to go out on a limb and say, of all of the post-Buffy characters, he's one of the few that has done really well.
Right. Right.
If you start to look through his IMDb,
Oh, God.
he's done so much, and I mean, a lot of them have done so much, but he's done some really awesome things.
Yeah.
Like, if you have not watched Kitchen Confidential, we've told you before. I don't know what you're waiting for.
Seriously.
Just do it already.
I mean, damn.
It's wonderful.
It's so fun. I was so upset when it got canceled.
Yeah, he's wonderful in it. Mm-hmm. He will terrify you on a 4-episode stint on Private Practice.
Oh, my God.
Which
No,
almost ruined him forever for me.
Yeah, like
Real close.
I never watched any other episode of that show. I just watched his episodes because I knew he was on there, and my God,
Yeah.
wow,
Emmy worthy, and yet.
like super scary.
Then he's adorable on Criminal Minds.
Oh my God, yes.
He's so sweet.
Also, the only
Is he
reason
still
why
popping up on there?
No. Also, he was the only reason why I started watching Criminal Minds too. When I found out he was on there.
Not Shamar Moore, as some people may think.
No, Shamar and his.
We don't have love for Shamar Moore
No.
on this show.
No,
we don't.
not like that. No, not at all. I've always found him a little bit.
Repulsive.
Yeah.
You can put him in a box with Lena Dunham. Mark, do not open.
Just send it off somewhere. Go away. But also, like, he's also done a lot of cool movies.
Coherence
My
was
God.
amazing.
Seriously, if you haven't watched it, just go buy it.
It's
And
one of
then-
my favorite movies.
Seriously. Yeah.
It's just so well done and so confusing. And even now, because I've watched it a couple times since the first time, I still don't get it. To some level, I don't get it.
Yeah, it's real Lynchian.
Yeah.
And
And the way they filmed it was just, it's really cool.
yeah, it's just spot on. Just the fact that, it was basically like ad-libbed, like
Yeah.
the whole, like the script. Each actor was given where, like, plot points and where their character was supposed to go, and it was up to them on how they got there and that sort of thing. It's just
It's really good.
so well done. Also, I guess what is that beach party that?
Psycho Beach Party.
Yes, a lot of people love that.
Yes. It's silly. It's a really like B-movie horror kind of.
It is, but it's fun.
And then he's got the fire serpent that was some weird, strange sci-fi movie with an actual, literal fire serpent. It's bad. It's
Never
real bad.
saw that one. Yeah, there's a lot of them. He was on the MTV show Faking It for a little bit, but I guess there are several movies that are coming out.
Yeah.
Redwood, I don't know. Like, I managed to watch or at least part of a screener copy of it. It looks interesting. I don't know if it's coming out anytime soon. The Nanny, I think it's a horror film, and it's on Amazon Prime right now. I haven't watched it yet. There's something called Milk and Honey, the movie. I don't know anything about that. He's in a couple episodes of this anthology series called Dark Web.
I don't know if I'm for that. That's a place I don't need to go. And if it's going to be worse, like Black Mirror is borderline like nightmarish to me. And the dark web is not a place I need. I don't know.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like a Black Mirror type. And also, Glory is in a couple episodes too. So, as far as I know, they haven't gotten
This cast looks real suspect.
They haven't gotten distribution yet.
What channel was this supposed to?
I don't know. I forget where it was made. There was no channel. Like, it was just somebody did this horror, and because they haven't gotten.
Julie Benz is supposed to be in it too.
Yeah, so because they haven't gotten distribution yet, so they don't have anywhere to watch it yet, so I don't know exactly what's going on with this. But this has like been completed for like 2 years now. But yeah, so hopefully, I mean, I'm pretty stoked about that. Hopefully, it gets going pretty soon.
But like we said originally, he could be in your town right now because right now he's doing like tours across the country.
Right. He's like just setting up meet and greets and bowling parties all over the country, basically. Every once in a while, I guess he'll hop over the pond and go elsewhere, go to a couple conventions there. But right now, he's just like doing a bunch of like real personal meet and greets, and he's probably like also the most accessible of the Buffy cast.
And does it go to charity? Is it for anything, or is it just meet and greets?
No, it's just meet and greets. Yeah, as far as I know.
Because I know he was selling the Depression T-shirts.
Yeah, that was going to charity. I don't know if he's still doing those T-shirts. I think that was like just a temporary, a one-time thing. But
he's a good man. Good man.
He is. So yeah, go see him if you get a chance. Stuff. If he comes around your town, he's been to Pittsburgh. He's done like at least 2-3 bowling meet and greets here in the last like 6 months.
Yeah,
so
he likes Pittsburgh.
He does.
Call first. But he likes Pittsburgh. And he's a hugger, so get out there and get yourself a Xander hug.
It's super fun. And also sometimes he'll pair in a little karaoke in there as well. And that's always fun. He enjoys karaoke. And he also, if you pay attention to his Facebook page, he'll do some karaoke.
Yes.
And there'll be some videos of him singing.
The Xander do was particularly etched into my brain. The wig, the eye patch.
Yeah, that wig was horrifying.
How are you driving with that eye patch? This is dangerous.
Right.
Stop. Stop it right now.
Now you are crossing over to dangerous territories. I need you to think about safety first.
I need you to pull over. But it was
probably do a nice side of the road
yeah
kind of thing. A parked karaoke.
But this is all in honor of Nicholas and The Replacement.
Yay. Replacement, Season 5, Episode 3. Or the one where Xander does a Snoopy dance.
It's all happening. This is where it goes down. The most requested question at his panels.
Yes.
And he actually stopped doing it, right? Because it hurt his knee or something.
He had to stop for a little bit because he has a messed up tendon or something in his leg. And I don't know if this is the Snoopy dance that caused it, but... so he stopped doing it for a little while, but then he started doing a little half-hearted. So
I don't like the half-hearted.
I know
you got to go for it.
I know it. It hurts. It hurts. Like either you can't do it, or don't do it.
Don't do it. Yeah,
because it was going for a while. Like everybody would request it, and he got to a point where it's like, you know what, I'll do it at the end of the Q&A. And that's what happens, and everybody loves it all the time. You can also probably Google. There's probably several hundred videos on YouTube.
Someone should make a mashup of all the times he's done it. Just set to Snoopy's song.
And I just love the joy in his face when he does it in this episode.
It almost makes me cry.
All right.
There's several spots in this episode that are just, I want to cry. And it happens right off the bat when, for whatever reason, we're having couple night at Xander's basement. I don't even...
Okay, so
who asked who to come over? How did this even happen?
So this original air date was October 10th, 2000. Written by Jane Espenson, directed by James A. Contner. When a demon creates a Xander double, the real Xander must convince his friends of his true identity. And special guest stars, the usual cast of characters, but we got Kelly Donovan.
We do.
Nicholas's real-life twin brother as the other Xander Harris, and we'll get more into that later. So a really uncomfortable couples night.
It's really uncomfortable.
Why, out of all of those people's homes, are they in Xander's basement?
Right. And why, when shit starts to get broken and thrown around, does nobody go check on the domestic dispute that's going on upstairs?
You don't want to call 911?
Right.
You want to make sure everybody's still alive?
You don't want to check on mom or dad? I mean, I pick one. I don't care.
Just someone.
But someone needs to go up and check on what's going on up there. Particularly Buffy.
Right.
Because she's the strongest and less liable to get hurt.
She also seems the least concerned
She don't care
about what's going on.
She's studying. She doesn't even hear it. She's not even watching the movie. She is studying, and Riley's like, hey, you want to watch the movie?
How about you pay attention to me?
So she starts to watch the movie.
And gets all engrossed in the movie.
And starts complaining about how they're, fighting, which this happens.
Yes.
When people have expertise in a thing and they watch a movie about it, they complain when it's done wrong.
Exactly. When my mom was on the police force, she could not watch Hill Street Blues.
Right.
Even though everybody in the world at that time was watching Hill Street Blues, she was anti Hill Street Blues. So,
but like Riley's just on her back about it. So he's like, calm down. Why don't you stop talking about that?
make up your mind, Riley. What
That's why I
do you not
hate you.
Yeah. So he's acting really weird also.
Really weird.
It's like, pay attention to me or you're not doing this at all. Let me rub your shoulders. And then Xander sees him rubbing her shoulders and he starts
because
to
she moans in a really not couple event kind of way.
You are not by yourself.
Right.
Ma'am, we're
Right.
a mixed company.
So Xander's all uncomfortable and like, well, maybe I should do that for Anya. Are you that this girl is in a sling.
She has a dislocated shoulder and she lets him know, hey,
Ow!
the fuck?
So then Riley is like, oop, maybe I should stop. Buffy's like, hey, the rubbing went away.
This is
No one can win in this.
No, this is so fucked up. Everything is just and where does Riley live?
The Initiative Caves, some apartment we see in the next couple episodes. But they're talking about like the cat pee hot plate and dryer food, and
I just still don't understand why they would be hanging out in Xander's basement.
No.
It makes zero sense to me. Buffy,
Zero.
your mom has a whole ass house.
Right. Xander or Willow and Tara have a big ass dorm room.
Right.
Why are you at Xander's basement?
If I couldn't. You know what? I love you, Xander, but I can't hang out in your place.
No.
It's not going to happen.
I can't. So it's decided that Xander needs to look for a new apartment.
Yep.
So the very next day.
Well, we also take into that we take to a rock monster.
Oh yeah, some
A
weird
rock
ass
demon is like conjuring whatever spell because he needs to kill the Slayer.
Because Buffy makes a point of saying, Riley rips into her for making a comment about the kicking movie, and she's like, "Come on, right? Back me up, Xander. Willow would, say the same thing about a witch movie," and he's like, "Yeah." She'd be like, "What? Who's using a cauldron? Who uses a cauldron anymore?" Cut to a rock monster with a cauldron.
Using a cauldron. So yes, the next day they go up and Xander's looking at a deluxe apartment in the sky.
In the worst outfit I've ever seen.
Why the fuck are you going
Right.
to look at an apartment that
Like
you
that.
know you can't afford looking like that?
Right. And what happens? The lady walks in and immediately goes to Riley,
Right.
who's dressed very nicely.
Exactly. Xander Harris? Very
No.
hopefully.
Yes. No.
Please be Xander
No.
Harris.
No, I'm Riley. This is Xander. And she's, oh,
Look through.
I brought my friends. Okay.
And then they start to be more uncomfortable with, hey, we're real quiet and clean and we wouldn't be here all the time. And Willow's excited about a microwave.
With hot and cold running popcorn.
This
What
is
does that even mean?
2000.
Yeah.
This is 2000.
Yeah.
Microwaves were anything to get excited about
No.
at this point in time.
No.
And then Riley and Buffy go sneak off in the bedroom and start making out.
Yep. And he
Guys.
even says, can you save it for the bedroom? Well,
Your own.
your own. Because this isn't going to happen if I move in here. Just saying. It is a very nice apartment, though.
It is. It's very lovely. And I
And-
think it's 2-bedroom.
I think so.
It's got a very lovely open plan.
Open concept. Yep. We see a lovely musical number happen in there.
Exactly. And I'm assuming that it comes partially furnished because there's already a bed and a couple like little ottomans and
A very nice couch. That lots of slayers will sleep on later.
yes.
And so the bitchy real estate person is like, here, you have to fill out this.
Application. I need a credit check.
He's like, application? Can't I just tell you my references?
Which is Alfred? I think
Albert.
it's Albert.
Which is just Xander doing an important voice. Xander Harris, yes.
Very nice young man and also very nice looking.
But no, it's so that they can do a credit check. And he's like,
it's
oh.
for reals. For reals.
Like a check of the old credit.
I can't imagine Xander has bad credit.
No.
I mean, no credit.
No
sure.
credit. Yeah. You haven't done anything. You don't have bad credit. Unless he spent,
money
unless
on
he
the-
got a credit card to get those boost bars he was peddling.
That could probably be the only thing.
Yes.
Because obviously, he didn't have a credit card when he went on his like cross country trip.
Right. Or he would have fixed his car and done the trip. But then Anya is like, I want this apartment.
Pay anything.
Lady, you have your own you've got your own place.
Again, you guys have your
Right.
home.
You have your own shit. Why are you giving him what the hell?
Like, let this man be. Can he work this out? But, clearly Xander's really worried about, it's like cleaning deposit, security deposit, first and last month's rent. The usual.
A lot of money.
The usual thing. I guess he wasn't mentally prepared for all that. I'm assuming this is probably the first time any of them have gone to rent an apartment.
Right.
Except for Anya, who the fuck I still don't know. Is she living in just like a wayward
I don't know. No, we get a shot of her apartment. It's a nice apartment.
Right.
I don't know where she's getting money, but whatever.
Right.
But I remember going for my first apartment. I didn't think that I would have to pay first and last until they told me, and I was like, oh. Like, I should have saved more. And I think my mom helped me.
Right.
It's like, what am I?
First and last. And it's not like it's common, but it's not like all the time.
And I was a kid. I didn't know. I just wanted an apartment. I didn't want to live at home.
18, 19 years old. Like, the fuck.
And then we go back to the magic box, and Giles is unpacking his stuff, and the rock monster comes to beat him up, and he pulls out like the box cutter.
I think it was a rabbit's foot.
And he like throws it.
And then he finds Oofla.
Ooftar?
The fertility goddess statue.
She's got some serious heft to her. And he hits her and hits her. He's very excited that he didn't get knocked out this time.
And he should be.
He should be.
This is a plus. Mm-hmm. This is a good on you, Giles.
Yeah.
Good on you. It's like the fact that I didn't get killed or knocked unconscious. I'm pretty proud of that.
One of the burn that I found came from this episode, though, from this part when Xander's like, what did he say to him? He said, "You're not even open yet. Can I lead the chorus of We Told You So?"
Yes, you've already been attacked. Like,
yeah. You're not even open to the general public, and you got your ass beat.
Yeah. I told you so.
And I imagine Sean and Gus from Psych just singing.
Suck it.
So they're coming upon, the gang is at the magic box, and they're talking to Giles about the demon that has attacked him, and
they figure out that his name is Toth.
Which Buffy, for some reason,
she's like just kind of like hops in here, like trying to piss on Riley, like piss all over him as he says something. He offers a suggestion, and then Giles just blurts out Toth, and then Riley's like, "What's Toth?" And Buffy's like, "Oh, it's a British thing. It's a British thing for someone that means stupid moron."
And Giles is like, "No,
ma'am.
Actually, it's a demon,
what?
Right?" And Riley's just like, "She hates me so much. I don't know why she hates me so much." So for whatever reason, they end up at the city dump.
Because Giles said that he stunk. He had a very distinctive
old factory.
The
smelly.
old factory.
Oh, the puns and the jokes. They're just so many.
They get to be a lot more later seasons, and I love it.
And who did they come across? This is our dosage of Mr. Marsters this week.
Scavenging.
See, he's foraging in the dump. Why? What are you He's getting shit for his apartment.
Right.
But if you look very closely at what he's actually getting.
Mannequin
pieces, which we'll see again very soon.
And then it turns really weird in a creepy way. Like, at first it's just like, why the fuck would he have a mannequin? Like, what?
Oh.
Like, so you went there. Was it just like specifically he was seeking?
Yeah, I think that.
You know what? I need something to like focus my rage on. I'm gonna go find a mannequin at the dump. Oh, look at that! Found one. And a lamp.
A really nice lamp that he was really happy about. And they're telling him that they're looking for a demon. He's like, a big black robe thing like that. And they turn around, and there's Toth.
And he starts blasting.
And he hits Xander because Xander pushes Buffy out of the way. He also hits Spike's lamp. Spike's very upset about it.
I was on your side.
Yeah. So Xander gets hit full force with this blast, gets knocked backwards. They help him up, and they're walking off, and he's like, ugh, ow. And we pan back, and he's still laying in the trash. So it's like, huh? What has happened?
What I do love about like there's a moment, and I can't say this often. I never say this often. I'd like to give a hat off to Riley or just to Mark Blucas for the delivery of this line when they walk into in the dump, and this cracks me up every time. He's looking around and he's so dismayed. He's like, people say they're recycling.
Yes,
They're not recycling.
It's so random. I wonder if it was like off the cuff because it was just so random.
Nobody like comments on it. Nobody even just like everyone kind of ignores him. It's just kind of like he's so disappointed in humanity.
So the next morning, Xander wakes up in the dump. His shoes are untied. He's so disheveled and smelly. And he's knocking on Anya's door at her apartment, and she doesn't answer.
I thought it was at his apartment.
I think, why was he asking for her?
I guess he just assumed she was there.
Oh, it is the basement.
Yeah.
I guess he just thought. So he didn't hear himself calling for Anya?
No.
Dumb.
Sure.
So he sees himself getting dressed. Mm-hmm. Slick back hair, nice
He's like,
pants.
What?
What am I doing in there? And of course, his first thing is he needs Buffy. He's got to get to Buffy, but he trips over his own damn feet. And then we see him trying to call Buffy, making a phone call to Buffy. He's talking to the operator, which kids that are watching this won't know what the hell is going on here.
No.
Because they don't live this life.
Like, first of all, why is there a telephone outside in this thing?
Right.
Operator, what? Why does he need a quarter to make a phone call?
Right. I love the part where he finds the quarter. And he's so excited. And he's like, it is something to get excited about, ma'am.
Right.
I can't believe the operator was like, calm down. It's just a quarter.
It's like, clearly, you didn't hear the excitement in his voice. He was trying to, like, I need to make a phone call. I don't have any money.
So he calls Buffy. And this is the second time in the series that he calls Buffy and hangs up when she says hello. He did the same thing in Hush because he couldn't talk.
Ah, yes.
And all you hear is her say hello. And he hung up. So then he hung up because he saw the other him.
He saw, and another thing that y'all will not know a reference to, we'll call him Xander Urkel.
Yes. Because he is suave. He's very suave.
So if y'all are familiar with Family Matters and Steve Urkel and his doppelganger, take a look. Just Google it. So he starts to follow him. And
how suave Xander didn't see him because he like dramatically covered his face and spun around. I don't know how he didn't. I would have seen that and looked at it just to see what this freak was doing.
This?
Like, what are you doing?
Is this a fucking a dance number?
Yeah.
Is this a flashback?
So then we go to Buffy's apartment, Buffy's house, and she's making out with Riley, and we hear a
I'm right there with you, Dawn.
Yeah, me too. Because it is gross.
She's like, my sister's older brother's friend knows a guy whose sister choked on her boyfriend's tongue.
And she's like, get out. Just get out.
So there's more bickering. It's like, get out. And Dawn's like, I'm in the hallway. This is common ground.
Yeah.
Like, it's not your spot.
So
Get
Buffy
outta
shut
here.
the door.
Stop being a freak.
Right.
Watching us. And then Joyce comes out and they're like, Mom. And she's like, hey, is this my two teenage daughters in the house headache?
No.
It's Monk shoving memories into your headache.
It's a tumor developing in your head that... We don't want to talk about it.
So Joyce tells him to figure it out, and then Buffy just slams the door on her.
And you hear, ow. How close were you standing to that door?
That's just something younger siblings do just to get the attention of Mom. I didn't
Not touching.
touch you.
Not touching.
I didn't touch you.
Not touching. So Xander goes to work, and he's dressed very nicely. He picks up his little hard hat, and he's going to work. I don't know what he's doing.
I don't understand why he's wearing khakis and a dress shirt for a construction
Right.
gig. But okay.
But the boss calls him over, and messy Xander. Because I don't want to call him right Xander.
Right. True.
Because everyone just assumes that he's...
It's like Three Stooges Xander.
Right.
It's like Screech.
Yeah.
Xander Screech.
He is.
Screech Xander.
He gets hit by the porta potty door while he's watching Suave Xander go into the office. And he's worried that he's going to get fired. He's like, haha, you want to steal my life? You can steal my getting fired, too.
And so Suave Xander's got this little disc he's playing with and shining, and Xander's like, whoa, what's all that? And so basically, Suave Xander gets a promotion.
Yeah. He wasn't going to get fired.
No. He was like, you've been doing good work, as the boss says. And, we got another job coming up. I want you on that one, too.
Yeah.
It's like, bet.
Oh, really? Cool.
And then, Screech Xander's like, no, what?
Why? What? This must be magic. What the hell?
And then, so Suave Xander goes to get the apartment.
I don't understand this at all. He's not that different. It's just some clothes, lady.
Right.
Calm
He just took a shower
down.
and combed his hair.
Yeah.
And is a little more reserved. Like, he's just not as, like I'm sure he has the same credit score as the other Xander.
And then she calls him Mr. Harris. And Funky Xander, because as the episode goes on, he's getting dirtier and dirtier.
Like, literally, just like rolling from place to place, I feel like. You're not walking anymore.
Right.
He's kind of like rolling down hills.
He's like, Mr. Harris, yeah, right. Believe in yourself. This is so upsetting. Like, he has no faith in himself at all.
Zero.
At all. And it's bad enough that other people don't have any faith in him, but
Right.
he doesn't believe it either.
It's really messed up.
And she's all like, I'm just going to leave my number right here. You can call me. And he's like,
Day or
"Ugh."
night. And
Yeah.
and blah.
What's she wearing? She's got a kimono belt around a regular pantsuit. That wasn't part of that outfit.
No.
Because I've seen that brown banker lady outfit on many a character in the early 2000s TV. But the kimono belt,
Not part of it.
not part of it.
I don't know why we thought that was a good idea. So,
He has signed the lease and he's calling Anya, leaving a message.
got some good news. Come to the apartment. You know which one. And
It's adorable because he's like, I know you're standing there doing that thing that every girl in the 2000s did with their answering machine. Not just every girl, every person that owned an answering machine stopped answering their phone and screened it
right.
because it could have been a telemarketer.
Exactly.
And she's like, I am not.
She's sitting there in her very fashionably glorious pajamas,
Yes.
like silk,
Satin,
and her
silky,
and her hair's like
giant
extra
mirror.
done
Yeah.
up. It's like, okay, apparently Anya's in a 1950s
Yes.
glamour movie.
Now, Xander wants Anya to come to him. So where's he going? Because he
know.
leaves the apartment
Right.
and runs into Xander.
Himself.
And he's
Yes.
just like, huh, what?
So where was he off to?
Yeah, where was he going?
I don't know.
So they fight,
They tussle.
and he's like, some lady down the hall is like, hey, what's going on out there? And Xander's all, you're not going to do this to me.
Great first impressions,
Yeah,
Xander.
your neighbors love you. So it's raining, and he goes to Giles's because he wants to get help, but he looks in the window and sees that Suave Xander's already there.
Yep, talking to Giles, Buffy, and Riley.
And he's like, come on, Buffy, don't believe it.
And he's still got that shiny thing, and he's sure that this is hypnosis.
Yes.
And Buffy's all, we're gonna find it and kill it. And so Xander runs off to Willow.
Why didn't you?
So Xander goes off to Willow's, and he immediately starts at, Willow, it's really me. I can tell you stuff that only we would know. He starts talking about like the fire truck.
This is a disturbing comment that he makes.
So like, what was it, like third grade or something he said, and my birthday party, and I wanted a fire truck, and there was a fire, and I
At
thought,
the neighbor's house or
yeah.
something.
And he's like, and real fire trucks came, and for the longest time I thought you set the fire.
She doesn't.
Right.
She doesn't say that she didn't.
Right. He's like, and it's okay if you want to tell me that you did.
And she's like, Xander, why wouldn't I think you're you?
But then he does the most important part. He's like, oh, and every Christmas we watch Charlie Brown's Christmas, and I do the Snoopy dance, and then he just goes right into the Snoopy dance.
And she just sits there and watches it too.
Who wouldn't? Your friend is just gonna come
He's
over
like
and just start
dripping sweat or dripping water. He's like
dripping
gross.
mud at this point.
Yes.
And he just goes off into it. She's just like, Xander, I know it's you. What is happening right
But
now?
why wouldn't I think it was you? Oh. Yeah, I should probably tell you that part. And he tells her, you you guys left me in the dump. And she's like, no, we walked you home. The basement's not a dump. It's more like a hovel.
And he's like, no.
No,
I
the
woke up
actual
actual
dump.
city dump. She's like, what now?
She's like, nuh-uh. We walked you home. No, you didn't. Have you seen me today? Did I do anything weird? Shining? He kind of... And she's just like, what the fuck are you talking about?
So he tries to explain to her what's been going on with him today, and
Right away, Willow's like, it's Toth.
right.
And he's like, it's robots
It's a
or
robot.
aliens.
She's like, or it's Toth.
Or it's Toth. Or it's Toth. And at the same time, we go back to Giles's,
Right.
and they're talking about it. And Giles is trying to say that it's Toth.
It's Toth. And they're just like, I said, dear Lord.
You always say that. And it's always important, is how he answers that. So they're realizing the same thing.
Right.
That it's
exactly.
Toth.
So, but they're thinking that Toth is just as taken on the form
Yes.
of Xander, that he's still in his face. And also this becomes pretty heartbreaking as Messy Xander is talking to Willow. He starts to go on and talk about how this demon is living his life better than he is, and he should just let him have it.
Yeah.
And just, why he wasn't doing anything great with it anyway. And it's just like, oh my God.
It's so sad.
Oh.
It's really upsetting.
Why do you hate yourself so much? This is terrible. And then
And
eventually he comes around to remembering Anya.
Except for Anya. Can I have anything except for her?
And this is where my burn comes in. And Xander is like, he can have everything else. He can't have Anya. I need her. And Willow's like, really? That's not even just the really, it's the facial expressions that she
Really?
makes. She turns her face all up and it's like, wow. Mm-hmm. Thanks, Will.
And she's like, Xander, you've known about this for a while, and you just now thought of Anya? Hey! It's been a long day, okay?
Right, and see when you have an evil twin and see how you handle it. She's like,
I handled it fine.
which she did.
She did. Sent
With
that bitch
grace
back to
and
hell.
poise.
Yep.
You could take some lessons from
Yes.
Willow Rosenberg.
I love that little throwback. That
Yes.
was a perfect little continuity. I loved it.
Exactly.
So Xander has decided, no, I have to get Anya.
So he goes off to try to protect her. But Suave Xander already has her at the new apartment. And he tells her, hey, I got the place. It's ours. Ta-da.
But he broke into her apartment. Stinky Xander broke
Right.
into her
That's
apartment, found the voicemail, or the voicemail that he left, steals her gun, because apparently she has a
Like,
gun
why
and
does
he
she-
knew where it
Why
was.
does she have a gun?
Why does she have all this antique furniture? It looks like Drusilla's bedroom. It's so weird. So he finds the gun and he's going to go.
Protect her.
Yeah.
So we're new apartment, and then Suave Xander is wooing Anya, and she's like, yay, this is ours. Okay, now what's next?
Stage 5, clinger.
Right.
Ding, 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 ding.
And he's like, I thought we'd bang it out, basically.
Yeah,
She's
that's
like,
basically what he says.
she's like, no. I mean, in life. Like,
Yeah.
When do we get a car?
A dog.
Or a boat?
A baby.
Like, wait, I have a list
Whoa.
somewhere.
Calm down.
I'm going to need you to relax. What's going on?
Right.
So clearly, Anya's having like a quarter life crisis.
Because she got hurt.
Yeah. So she's all, what does it all mean? She may have as little as 50 years left on this.
Which, spoiler alert, to be fair, these are valid concerns that she has.
Yeah. Poor Anya.
Poor Anya. What a life unrealized. But Suave Xander he's suave. He's in there.
He's working it out. He's like, hey, girl.
Yeah.
No, it's
He's like-
okay.
She's like, but you're not going to like me when I have like my teeth glued into my face. Which all of this comes back in their musical
Right.
number.
So she has a lot of these. She holds on to these
Yeah.
worries for a while. And he's
And
like,
oh, girl.
don't worry. I mean, I don't know. I may not. but-
Then Dirty Xander busts in.
and holds them both hostage with a gun.
She's
Anya,
just like,
get over it.
what?
Anya is not the real one. And then like back and forth. And then she chooses Suave Xander. She's like, get rid of it. What does it kill? it?
As we all would.
Right. It's like, oh, this one smells. a
And
lot.
he's so upset. He's just like, the one thing I want. And she just.
Anya, please.
So then Buffy and Willow runs to Giles's. And she's like, we have to help Xander. And she's like, no, we saw Xander. And she's like, no, you saw the wrong Xander.
He did the Snoopy dance.
Yeah.
And, they tell her they figured out it's Toth, whatever. Or no, they figured out what has actually happened. And she's like, it's not robots, is it?
Yes. And they're like, Riley's the one that's like, Buffy, did our Xander seem a bit confident? And they're like,
pushy or something?
And Willow is like, that's not Xander. Hey. Come on, it could be. On a good day.
Y'all just don't give that man enough credit.
None at all. So they realize what's going on is that it's not Toth that has assumed the form of Xander. It is that Toth has split Xander into two.
What?
Yeah.
They're both Xander.
They're both Xander.
They're just different properties of Xander. As in, one is...
all the strengths.
Right, and the other's all the weaknesses.
All the weaknesses. So Toth's plan was to do this to Buffy.
Right. And then Riley's like, well, why would he want like a super souped up charged Slayer that would like ultimately kill him? Mm-hmm. And Giles makes the point, they cannot live without the other.
So kill the weak Buffy.
Yep.
Strong Buffy dies.
Yep.
So they're like, fuck, we got to get to Xander because he's going to accidentally kill himself.
Right. Exactly.
Because that's how distraught he is.
As plans go. Man, This is a good one.
This is a good one.
Well done, Tom.
As far as the villains on the series go, this is a solid plan.
Yeah.
He just missed.
Right. Fucker.
So I guess they take Giles' car and they're going to run off and go save the day.
Actually, it's just Riley and Buffy.
Just Riley and Buffy. I don't know why Willow didn't. Yeah, they take his car and they're going to go save the day. So they bust in. And I love that Anya's like, my gun. He has my gun.
Hey, guys.
This is serious shit. Like, this is bad. This is really bad. But before that, there's this really uncomfortable conversation that takes place in the car.
Oh, yeah.
Where Buffy's like, do you wish...
And like...
No. He's like, I know what you're going to say, and no. I do not... No.
I love all of you.
Yes. He pours his heart out to her. Is basically like...
I know.
I love you. I love you. I love you.
To infinity. And she's just like...
Okay, thanks. That's it. There's no... You too. I feel the exact same way about you.
Chirp, chirp.
This is a quiet car ride. So she was feeling insecure that he would prefer normal Buffy.
Right.
And when he tells her that he doesn't, that he wants all of her, even the crazy part.
Right. Even the bad ice skating movie obsession portion of Buffy.
He wants all of her. That's how in love with her he is. She's just like, okay.
She can't muster up to say even,
nope.
Nice jeans.
Nope. She's like, we just better get there before Xander kills himself. Okay.
Whatever.
Fine. So they do get there just as they're like wrestling over this gun. And I love the exchange that goes on from this point.
Yes.
Because Buffy throws one Xander up against the wall. She throws the other one up against the wall. And then is this the point when Riley makes that really uncomfortable comment? Or is it later? No, it's later at the magic box about wanting to do experiments.
Oh, yeah.
Nope.
Just you. Yeah. You're on a timeout.
Mm-hmm.
For
you
now.
need to go over there. So Anya's very confused by all of this. She wants to know what the fuck is going on.
They explain. They're both Xander, blah, blah, blah. But they have to start, tiptoeing around, what they actually means, the different properties and attributes. He's like what? Like sense of direction.
Yeah. And so they try to come up with a way to prove that they're the same. And she asks them to pick a number.
Like, what number am I thinking of?
Yeah.
And Riley's like, that's not gonna 11 and a half.
And she's like, no, but see? Both Xander. And they're like, oh, okay. I guess. And then Toth comes in.
Breaks up the party. He starts a blasting. And I don't know, basically Buffy kills him.
She kills him with a sword.
Yeah.
This is all very quick.
Really uneventful.
No. Great plan. Horrible follow through. You are sad, sir.
Toth, you kind of suck, bro.
You're real bad at your job. So that wasn't even part of it. Shouldn't have even been part of the ending because
no, it should have been just a wrap up later. Yeah, I found him and killed him.
Yeah.
It's kind
There
of
is a cute little part before Toth breaks in where Xander's like, but he has the shiny thing.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, it's a nickel I found that got run over. And Xander's like, oh, and Washington's all smooshy, and he could be Jefferson. It's adorable.
It is.
It's really, really cute.
Fucking fantastic. All right, so Toth is dead. So they go back to the magic box to put them back together. And they're all like a little bit concerned about this happening. And Willow just lets them know. It's like basically Toth's spell is doing all the work. Your natural state is to be together. So I don't have to do a bunch of extra thing. I just need to break the spell.
Yeah.
And, Riley says his uncomfortable thing about experiments.
Yes, he's like, am I the only one who wants to put them in separate rooms and do experiments on them? They all turn around and just look at him.
And poor Giles is like drawing a pentagram or whatever on the floor.
Giles is doing the most work.
It's everybody else is just standing around. And Giles gets jarred by several statements. One of them being Anya, who's like, hey, how about I just take the boys home for a night?
True statement, though. I mean, think about it. If you ever wanted to have a threesome with your man, this is the
You have
perfect
it with your man
opportunity.
and your man.
Yes, it's not cheating. And I love when they're like, so you're completely identical. And they're like, yeah, we checked some stuff out in the car.
Like,
Fingerprints.
And then they start, and someone makes a point, I think Anya or Willow is like, they're both kind of the same now.
Because they made a joke. They were like, so they do that kill us both spot and just laugh maniacally.
like right in there.
Yes. And this could be the third possible burn in the episode, is when Giles is like, clearly he's a bad influence on himself. Because he was all suave, and now suave Xander's more like funk Xander. Yes.
Right. He's brought him down to his level.
And it's adorable because they're laughing about the real estate lady calling him Mister, and he's just like, how weird. Yeah. It's so cute. And so they get them, and she puts them in inside the pentagram, and all she has to say is, let the spell be ended.
Right. Okay.
And he's like, that's not going to work.
And he's gone.
Oh, he's gone. And Anya's like, no, I liked it better the other way. Put him back. It wasn't until this episode that I wonder if she meant the suave part or just two of them.
Right. Yeah.
Could be either one.
It could be either way.
But I do like Willow's line about how when Giles is like, let's just pretend we didn't hear the
that's
disturbing sex talk.
Right.
And she's like, check, candles and pretense. And that's it. There's
wait. Then comes the real fucking bummer.
yes, but
of the
that's it
episode.
for Twin Xander.
Yeah, Twin
Kelly's
Xander.
role is done.
Kelly's gone. So they're packing up Xander's old place
Because he's apparently going to keep this apartment.
Yeah.
Even though he just lost that cleaning deposit.
They're packing up and moving out, and
The sling is gone.
yes. And Riley says something to Xander. I don't know. One of them comments on.
He asks Anya to carry a box. Mm-hmm. And she's like, why do I have to carry it? Why can't Buffy has super strength? Why can't we just load her up like one of those little horses?
That's not a bad idea.
It's not a bad idea. Yeah. True statement.
Yeah.
And he's like, can you just carry this box? Please. Fine, I'm your slave. And he tells Riley, he's like, how is it that she can always make me feel like Suave Xander's left the room? And it's Riley that is like, well, yeah, you guys have your friction, but she's into you, man.
He takes it to this whole other level.
He's like, she's into the whole package. She loves all of you. And he's like, yeah, you got Buffy.
Right. He starts pontificating. He goes on and on about how, I feel like I'm split in two. When I'm with her, I'm going crazy if I can't touch her. Then I'm also like all hot, and then or I'm all super still and blah, blah, blah. And he just goes on and on about how much he loves Buffy.
And how lucky he is. Like, he won the lottery.
Right.
He knows and then
she's the one.
Floor drops out.
He's like, but I know she doesn't love me.
I remember watching this episode for the first time. I was like, oh, why'd you put that on Xander?
Right. How was he supposed to react to that?
How is it that you have no other male friends than Xander? What happened to your life? Your life sucks. You had your boys. You had Graham. You had Forrest. You had this whole support. Wow.
Oh. And could you just imagine being Xander at that moment? Like,
Who he had that awkward moment where he was like, "Yeah, but you got Buffy. Get that. I'm not into her anymore. Not that I ever was." And then Riley drops that bomb, and then Xander doesn't even have time to react.
No.
Because Buffy comes back in and is like, "What else can I carry?"
Right.
You know, and Riley hands her a box of pillows, I think. He's like, "You can take this," and she's like, "Yay!"
Yeah.
And Xander's just like, "Oh, what do I do with this?"
It's a lot of information that I wish I didn't have.
And this consistently happens
Right.
over the course of the next couple episodes.
And it's just really, I don't know what's more disturbing is that, Riley has made this assumption or this choice about what Buffy, that she doesn't love him, or it's the fact that he's okay with it.
Yeah.
Like he's just going to go along with it. It's like, she doesn't love me.
He's like, "Okay.
But I'm going to stay on this ride as long as she'll have me.
Yeah." Buffy's like nobody else in the world, but she doesn't love me, and that's okay.
I'm okay with it. It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine. There is in an upcoming episode, I think it's actually the next one, where she this comes up again, and it happens time and time again in this season, and she makes a statement where like, "You think I don't want to date you because you don't have superpowers? If I wanted someone with superpowers, I'd be dating Spike."
It's not exactly the same thing.
No.
It's not really superpowers or
Right.
super strength. And
Riley's just milquetoast. That's the real issue.
Yeah.
It's not that he doesn't have superpowers. It's that he's a boring man
yeah,
who apparently can lay it down.
right, but there's nothing else. Like,
Right.
As far as I could tell, he has no other interests,
No.
hobbies.
No.
He has no other friends.
Nope.
He's from Iowa.
Yep. Why doesn't he have friends? I never really thought about it until
Were all his friends just the initiative?
right.
Like, so
Those are the only friends you had.
That must be the case.
You have no part-time jobs.
No,
Like,
he has no job. He's not even
Do
is he still in
something.
school?
No,
Like, dude.
he's just Giles last season. Which, how come you don't hang more? Because you're closer in age to Giles than you are to Xander.
Seriously.
Let's be honest. You're a man.
Seriously.
Like in Buffy versus Dracula, there's like that little buddy cop moment where they're off.
Right.
I would have liked a spinoff of Riley and Giles.
I'd like to see more episodes like that.
Yeah.
More interactions with them.
Old cop, new cop. I'd watch
I'm
that.
getting too old for this shit.
Yeah. Wouldn't be quite the anger issues the real Lethal Weapon had. Oh.
So,
But this is a favorite.
yeah, definitely. Bodies dropped, just Toth.
Just Toth.
This was mostly just to showcase Xander.
Yeah.
Which is great, because there are a couple Xander-centric episodes, and yeah, this is one of the good ones. Mm-hmm. Oh, they're all pretty great.
No song again.
Nope. This does pass the Bechdel test. There's a short conversation between Dawn, Buffy, and Joyce.
Yep.
So, yeah. So the trivia. So, yes, we said that Nick's real life twin brother, Kelly Donovan, plays the other Xander. But you may think, which one was he? Was he messy Xander or was he suave Xander? Well, he was kind of both. Only when they were both in the same scene, in the same shot. Like he was the blocking Xander, and he never really spoke.
Yeah.
So Nicholas Brendan played both Xanders.
Yep.
And job well done.
I think the most you see them together is that last
the last one.
the last scene.
Right.
When
And-
they're side by side.
Right, exactly. And like I know when Toth comes to get them.
He's hiding behind it.
Actually, yeah, Kelly is the one that's hiding.
It's hiding.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
that's
Because if
hiding
you look close enough, you can tell them apart.
Right, exactly.
Kelly's a little thinner and his face is a little longer.
Right.
You know.
And yeah, and also like their haircut, like Kelly's hair was a lot shorter.
Yeah.
In this episode. And yeah, so you can definitely tell them apart. And like there's like times when they're at the magic box where Kelly's the messy one and Kelly's the suave one. So yeah.
And now from this point on, is he Xander's stunt double? Didn't he do stunt work? Like double work?
He was working for the art department
Okay.
prior to this.
Okay.
And then when they started to something happened to a stunt double or somebody asked about a stunt double or whatever, and then that's when Nick was like, hey, you want my brother, blah, blah, blah.
Because why wouldn't you?
Right.
Like,
And they're like, you have a twin?
so it's not just on screen that no one thinks about him.
Yeah,
He's been here.
He's been working here.
He works here.
Did you think that I was the one that was that was in the art department?
Actually, yes, we did. We really did. The moral of this story is believe in yourself.
Oh my God, yes.
You are capable of more than you think you are.
Poor Xander has such little self-esteem, and
Such little self-esteem.
hopefully, and I think it gets a little bit better after this.
Mm-hmm.
Not too terrible, not like off the charts, but he gets a little bit.
He
better.
gets a little more forceful, a little better, and I think he's too worried with trying to figure out what the hell to do about Riley and Buffy.
Yeah,
Because he keeps dropping sentinel, like, that's your girl.
Yeah.
That's one of your best friends. Just go tell her.
yeah. Seriously, it's like, yo, dude thinks you don't like him. Don't love him like that.
Pass her a note if you have to.
And I'm out of it now.
Yeah.
Like I thought you might want to know.
Mm-hmm.
You might want that little bit of information.
At the least, follow the proper friend chain of command and tell Willow, and Willow will pass along the information.
Exactly. So yeah, so things continue to get uncomfortable with Riley and Buffy and Xander because poor thing is now in it. So yeah,
There's a lot of highs and lows in this season. We're going to go through some emotional highs, some comedic highs, and some... We're going to cry. It's going to happen.
it's gonna be full on.
There's going to be some tears.
ugly crying.
I haven't figured out how we're going to get through a couple of these episodes yet. I don't even know how to talk about them.
It's. Oh, I forgot. So Fool for Love is. Well, at least we got Fool for Love is coming up.
Yeah.
All
We
right.
have emotional highs
Yeah.
and emotional lows.
Some really low.
Because we got
stuff there.
Glorificus
Oh yeah.
about to join us.
Yeah.
And Ben.
And Crush.
I love Crush. Crush is one of my favorite episodes.
Yes.
And Intervention. We get Robot Buffy.
Right. So yeah, we're gonna be up and down. Mm-hmm. There's going to be some tears. Yeah, it's gonna be tough.
So this is the third episode of the season, and we still don't know what's up with Dawn.
Nope.
And we won't for 2 more episodes.
Ah, okay. Jeez Louise, man.
Yeah.
All right, so hopefully you guys stick with us for the rest of this season. Let us know if you have thoughts to share. If you got questions to ask, you can call us at 412-385-7250 or send us an MP3 file at revisitingsunnydale@gmail.com. Yeah, thanks for listening. Next week is...
Out of my mind.
What? Now, I think I've forgotten what that one is about.
So that is where lots of bad things happen.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Joyce ends up in the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
Riley ends up in the hospital. Spike thinks he's going to get his chip taken out. And then it ends with probably one of my favorite scenes ever in a Buffy episode.
All right. Let's do it. All right. So we are excited about next week's episode. Hopefully you are too. So thank you for listening. You can tweet us at Back to Sunnydale, or you can tweet me, Camila, at _Rugged Angel.
Or me, Marcella at MSpear7338.
All right. Until next time.